What's up, YouTube? It's the boy Duke Todd back with another one. Feeling a whole lot better today. Where I left off at was with my brother. He walked it to the side of the street while the people in the car with the bright lights still on, high beam still on. My brother finally walked it to the side of the street so he can get a better view. As he walking, I got my eyes kind of like this trying to see. I finally kind of noticed, by the time I notice and see a face, my brother and kind of walked it back into the middle of the street. All I hear is a guy from the car. He says, "Y'all don't want these problems." Right when he said that, I noticed. Right then and there, I noticed. I said, I know who that is. Before I could say anything, all I heard was a pah sound of a gunshot. I'm looking like, was that a cap gun? Was that a black cat? A firecracker? I'm not knowing what it was because it sounded like more of a firework than a actual gun. If you can understand that, it sounded more of like a black cat. And it got quiet. It paused for about 10 seconds. I'm looking at myself, making sure I'm not hit. Then, of course, I looks at my brother. I see my brother. He shakes his head left to right. But he did it more quickly, like right then and there, it registered. Because everything was just like slow motion. It was like almost like a movie. It registered to me like, okay, my brother must be hit. So when that happened, I looked at my brother as he's shaking his head left to right. I kind of noticed, because my brother, he also have cornrows just like myself. I noticed a piece of his braid up here was kind of standing up. Rumor was that my brother got shot in the head, like directly in the head. No, it skinned the top of his braid. That being said, I'm like, oh no. All this happening at once. The thoughts and everything is just happening, fast. All of a sudden, it just sounded like war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan. Bullets just started firing. It was two shooters. One, a Draco. Another one, AR-15. And we just regular guys in the street. We wasn't strapped down for war. Didn't even know something was like that was going to happen on such of a day. We just buried somebody. We didn't know something was like that was going to happen or go down like that. It happened so quickly. So as the shooting going, I noticed I'm like left, right. My body is just like froze. One thing is telling me to grab my brother. Next thing is telling me, no, if you grab your brother, you're going to be a center. You're going to be right in center where you're going to be an open target. So while all those thoughts are crossing my mind, my body is just kind of on stuck. I see my brother. He take about 2 or 3 steps forward towards the direction of the car while he's shaking his head. I watch my brother raise both of his hands up like this, like I surrender. I surrender. He laid himself down in a praying position. He laid himself down in a praying position. And then that's when all the guns just started going off. Those 2 guns, 2 high-powered rifles, sounded like about 10 or 15 guns going off at once. So, that being said, I said, you know what? Since my brother laid himself down, it's a good chance that they're probably not going to shoot him anymore, being that he laid himself down. So now they are going to try to get the guys that's left in the car, which was 3 guys in the back seat, guy in the passenger. While all that stuff was going on, I didn't know that they already had got out the car. Well, out of those 4 guys that was left in the car, 3 of those guys got away. They got away. They took off running, which I don't blame them. You know, you can't blame them. They took off, and I said, okay, let me go ahead and try to run behind the Tahoe. As I turn around, I felt a bullet, boom. And I just remember saying, ah. And then I'm continue turning around. I felt another bullet. But it's not registering to my brain that I'm hit. Because after seeing my brother get hit, my adrenaline is going so fast. So I made it. I finally turned around all the way to the back where I'm facing the back of the Tahoe. I fall. I hit the ground. I crawl.